All right, time now to get set for race 2. Here's Mark Osler to run you through the starting order.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, Greg Russ. Craig Lowndes, after that dominant win in race 1, will start from pole position with Kander alongside the Valvoline machine. Scaife and Crompton, great run from the FTR driver. Really put a lot of pressure on HRT yesterday.
Further back, row 5, Craig Baird and Stephen Richards. Young Paul Wheeler, good job yesterday. He'll go very strongly, no doubt, today. And John Bowe starting beside him. Stephen Johnson and Brad Jones make up row 8.
Cameron McConville making his V8 supercar debut for the Auto Pro team. Big quality field there. They're ready to go. Lowndes sitting on pole position.
We are away. Brilliant start there by Kander. So he's gotten away very nicely. And looks like Lowndes settling into second place. They're all through very cleanly as we head down 3 abreast. Look at this. Scaife trying to go around Lowndes. And he does it. So Scaife moves into second place. Lowndes tucks into third. Kander said, see you later. And Crompton's in fourth.
Yeah, the thing that's going to be the big problem today is tyres, because the track temperature today is around 34, 35 degrees, and yesterday it was only 22. A lot of the Holdens had terrible tyre troubles, and Odie just made it to the finish. And it does seem as if the Ford of, keep your eye on the Ford of Seaton and Radisich, because their tyres were in really good shape at the end of it.
Yeah, so was Neil Crompton. He was very happy with the condition of his tyres after that race. He's up in fourth position. Oh, a real muscle going on further back in the pack. Seaton now tries to make some progress in the second of the FTR pack as they sweep down through Siberia. 45 minutes of racing ahead of them, 1 compulsory pit stop to come to change tyres. All sorts of drama could unfold.
A couple of retirements yesterday. Mike Conway, as we mentioned earlier, his car, of course, in that massive crash. He won't be starting today. And Mick Donoghue as well. Unfortunately, they've blown 2 engines here this weekend in the TDK Commodore, so they won't be starting today. The field streamed down through MG Corner. Kander is your leader. The 2 Holden Racing Team. Come on, look at this. That is Wheel. Paul Wheel just gathers it up in the K&J Radiators Falcon. That's good driving. That's twice he's had to do that this weekend.
Yeah, that was a really close one. It's all going to be about looking after tyres, this. I think if they really cane the tyres in the first sort of 6 or 7 laps of the race, Mark, it's going to be curtains, because the track temperature is so much higher. You see Longhurst is on new tyres, because the thing packed up yesterday, so Longhurst is going to be... oh, that's Faulkner.
Look at that.
Oh, dear me. That's from the start, and that's the scenic route. So does he make it back on?
Now, John started this race from the back of the pack. He's had some real tyre troubles, and in fact was looking for a chiropractor last night as well. He had a pinched nerve in his back, so great to see him starting, but not the start he wanted to make.
No, not at all.
No, he's completely run out of tyres. His tyre allocation for this weekend has all been used up through various mishaps. He's actually running on a set of tyres that he used at Bathurst last year. That's how bad the situation's become for Faulkner, and not the sort of start he would have wanted. Another car to watch in the field today is Jason Bargwanna.
Oh, look at Crompton. I know it's Baird having a go up the inside.
Bargwanna went out with a fried clutch yesterday, so he's got a whole new bunch of tyres. Look at Seaton putting the pressure on the back of the Wins Commodore. We go on board with Craig Lowndes in behind his teammate Scaife, up behind Kander. This is the leading trio we saw yesterday as the HRT order swapped around.
So quick through here. Up through this bit.
You're riding now with Craig Lowndes. Now, car 6, we're told Neil Crompton has been given, or will be showing, the black flag for a jump start. So that is hard luck for Crompton. A sensational performance yesterday. He's currently running in 4th place. This guy is cursed. We just
definitely did someone's black cat in.
There's no doubt about it.
So they stream onto the Wayne Gardner front straight. The 22-year-old Garth Kander doing a terrific job in the Valvoline Cummins Commodore. He leads the field. Mark Scaife tucked into second place. Yesterday's race 1 winner, Craig Lowndes, is in 3rd place. And Neil Crompton will get shown the black flag this time around.
Well, when we were on board there with Lowndes, you could just hear Lowndes feathering it onto the straight, just gently, nice and gently onto the straight, because he knows he's got to look after the tyres. And he did a really good job yesterday, Lowndes. I mean, he looked after them perfectly.
Yeah, he makes it all look pretty easy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's definitely the master of going fast.
Crompton has just been shown the black flag for that apparent jump start. So it's going to be interesting to see how long he hangs out there. There's not much point in staying there. He showed tremendous pace. He showed tremendous pace in race 1.
Yeah, he did. Astronomical, was it?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Very fast.
But Kander, that's just such an impressive performance, working very hard with Steve Kramer, the man who brings the Olin shock absorber technology into Australia, works closely with the Gary Rogers team. And you really have to have your chassis working for you around here.
If you ever listen to Lowndes, really feathering it, really take it ever so easy.
Yeah.
Now listen when he puts the power on. Nice and gentle. Now listen out of this.
Tanner is in trouble here. Look at Scaife having a run on Tanner as they come towards the one. Gardner straight. Almost contact. Almost contact. So things very close now. The Holden Racing Team duo are on the attack. And the 22-year-old Tanner is under siege. Neil Crompton is still there in 4th place, but he will be shown the black flag once again. That effectively promotes Paul Radicic in the Shell Helix Falcon from 5th to 4th as they come onto the main straight once again.
Well, no doubt John Matthews, the FTR team manager, will be down there talking with the officials, trying to sort that thing out off the racetrack before they bring him in. There's some debate over a jump start, but look at Paul Radicic in the Shell Falcon starting to move up onto this leading 4 cars. He stalled the car on the grid yesterday, did a storming drive through the field to get back up to a strong position. There he is, right up behind the FTR Falcon.
It's so funny when you walk around. I had a look at the tyres after, and the difference, the way the Holden and the Fords use the tyres, quite incredible. You know, most of the Fords.
Look at Scaife down the inside and Honda corner. Scaife's got him, and the door, I've got to say, was left wide open there.
Yeah, he took a very conservative line into that corner. Scaife saw it coming.
Look at Crompton.
Crompton's going to get a book thrown at him if he did. Well, how many laps they give him before you come in? It's 3 laps or 4 laps.
All right, let's check the top 10 very quickly for you. Mark Scaife from Garth, Kander, Craig Lowndes, Neil Crompton, Paul Radicic, Craig Baird in 6th place. That's a good job by him. Mark Larkham has made substantial changes to the Mitre 10 40s in 7th place. Stephen Richards in 8th. Young Todd Kelly 9th, and Paul Morris on his V8 Supercar Championship debut in 10th.
You know, I need to keep an eye on Craig Baird too. He is the fastest man on the track at the moment. He's just on a 1:35.51, and he's really monstering the gap between these leading 5 cars. He's right up there.
Oh, look at this. That's John Bow. John Bow. He's gone off down there. That's MG corner, and it looks as though Paul Morris might have been tied up with that.
Let's have a look at that.
Oh, it's Ingle. Russell Ingle. Round and round he goes.
Well, there's some damage on the front of Paul Morris's Commodore. Oh, how lucky was that on McDougall. This battle continues for the lead.
Lane in the track there.
Yep. Crompton, we hear, is coming into pit lane. He's responded to that black flag situation. There it is, the luckless number 6 FDR Falcon for his stop-go penalty.
Quick leg slack.
Hands chief scrutineer Ray Robbins. Lets him back into the action, but he's dropped a number of positions.
I don't think I'd like to be hearing some of the things Neil Crompton would be having to say on the radio right now. John Bow there coming right in behind Cromley. So Mark Scaife is your leader. If you've just joined us, look at Bow having a go at Crompton here as they work towards the southern loop. Scaife, your leader from Garth Tander, and Craig Lowndes. They're your top 3. And Neil Crompton has just been in for that stop-go penalty for allegedly jumping the start. You ride in the Cat Falcon with John Bow.
Be interesting to see. Remember last year at Queensland Raceway, Bow had terrible tyre trouble. They changed the car quite a lot and didn't have any problems in the next race. So it'd be interesting to see if the same thing happens here.
Well, the fastest man on the track remains Craig Baird, the Kiwi, I should say, making his debut for the Queensland-based Stone Brothers team. Another 35.85. The Pertec Falcon closing the gap to Paul Radicic in 4th.
Now there's a little bit of smoke coming from the front of the Cat Falcon. There is some damage you can see there to the front left, and Bow has apparently radioed the pits about it, but he's out there, doesn't seem to be slowing his speed too much and still circulating at the moment.
I was talking to one of Craig Baird's mechanics this morning, Gary Bennett, and he forgot his wife saying wedding anniversary of 15 years, so he didn't mean it. Kimmy says he's sorry.
Not a good idea.
So close to Valentine's Day, not a good move.
Yeah, not a good move.
He'll be having a frozen dinner tonight.
Your dinner's in the Cat.
So Scaife leads the way.
Down toward the southern loop. Scaife. He's got a train building up behind him here.
Look at the danger man, there's no doubt about that.
Pertec Falcon really closing the gap now. He's had a very quiet build up to this race. Quietly confident.
35.45 that last lap as against the next one, 35. Yes, he's
the fastest man on the circuit consistently over the last 3 or 4 laps. Oh,
look at this, Radicic. Good move.
Well, this could be an indication of Lowndes' tyre situation.
I would say you're dead right.
We did see a few blistered tyres in the Holden Racing team pit after that race 1. And it's going to be interesting to see what tyres they then put on the cars when they make their compulsory tyre stop. HRT may not have the best choice of rubber on here.
Look at this, Craig Baird down the inside of Craig Lowndes. Oh, up on the ripple strip. So Baird through. That's a fantastic move around the back of Siberia as they head now towards the Hayshed and Lukey Heights.
Well, it just shows you what kind of nick Bairdy's tyres are in and how confident he is. And we saw Bairdy yesterday. He's not the easiest bloke to get back past, is he?
No. Saw him in tremendous form in the Trans Am Series in New Zealand over the summer. It's a tough competitor. Mark Scaife now. Putting the blowtorch from Garth in second. Radicic now, the first of the Fords, climbs up into third. Let's have a look at the replay.
It's Radicic on the brakes there. Door was left a long way open. And once Lowndes had a look there, and
it's almost like a surrender, isn't it, Baz?
Well, yeah, you know, I'm sure you're right, Mark. I'm sure that Craig's in diabolical tyre trouble.
Now we're getting word from the pits that Paul Morris, who's currently running in 9th place, will get a stop-go penalty for that altercation with Russell Ingall, which of course saw John Bow in all sorts of bother as well. That was at MG Corner a little earlier. So Mark Scaife from Garth Kander, Paul Radicic in the Shell Helix Falcon doing a fantastic job in 3rd place at the moment. Look at Tander trying to have a go. Not close enough though. Down into Honda Corner. Craig Baird as well is incredibly well positioned. This team are using a lot of the setup data from Brighton from last year. And Beardo admits he hasn't been too well. Oh, look at this! Cedar giving the hurry up to Todd Kelly.
That's a nice tight little bunch there, isn't it?
Out through Siberia once again. My car, Young Lions Commodore. Seaton right in the thick of things. We go on board with the 1997 Shell champion. Working hard at the wheels. They come up toward the hay shed. Back a gear as he guides it over Lukey Heights and tries to make up position.
Well, we spoke to Glenn yesterday. He was incredibly happy with how this car was placed for today. The tyres looking good down the inside of Kelly and moves himself one forward.
And the boroughs comes into the pit lane now to acknowledge the black flag.
Horsepower we saw at Mount Panorama, but he tucks in behind Scaife. No room there, as Neil Crompton found yesterday in race 1. He's a very tough customer to pass.
Now, word also from the pits is that Neil Crompton, if you can believe this, has been done for speeding in the pit lane during that stop-go penalty, and has copped another one.
Lowndes is definitely struggling, there's no doubt.
Yeah, he's 36.51, so his time's a little bit slow. Tander, though.
It's at 34.
34.9 for the Valvoline Cummins Commodore, so the setup on that car is working absolutely brilliantly, and Tander's using the car very well.
Well, when we spoke to team manager Gary Rogers, Baird looking for a run on Radicic, and Radicic shuts the door. The Rat not keen to let him through, currently holding down 3rd place. But when we spoke to Gary Rogers yesterday, he said both his drivers' cars were in really good shape, and I think that's why we're seeing Tander now doing the 34s.
Oh, it's nice to see the two New Zealanders going good, because we're going out to New Zealand today.
We certainly are through TV1. Welcome to all our viewers over there in the land of the long white cloud. This is Paul Radicic. And another Kiwi, Craig Baird, tucked right in behind him. Garth Tander at the moment is your leader. And we go a little bit further back here. This is John Bow having a go at Russell Ingall. Look at this, Siberia. Oh! Bow's gone.
Well, I don't know. You'd have to say that it looked...
The enforcer doing some enforcing.
I don't think so. It looked like John turned in a little bit there.
That'd be interesting to watch that again. Yeah,
exactly.
But the big contact there between the Bow's gone right off. Lucky to keep it out of the ploughed up ground there. He would have been bogged for the day.
JB.
It hasn't been JB's day, is it?
Not a happy camper.
He was blindingly quick in the opening laps of race one.
Incredibly quick.
Ever since then, things have not been running well for the Cat racing team. So Bow's got it all to do again. But a lot of these teams have been in tyre trouble. The right rear tyre, as Greg Russ said on the introduction, takes a monstering around this track. Let's have a look at this on the replay, Baz.
6 and 1.5 it doesn't out. Russell was letting it run a little bit wide, and JB was I don't know. You know, it's a racing accident, I suppose they call it.
Now this is Greg Murphy in the pits. These guys are doing their in fact, no, that's I stand correct. That's the Wins Commodore, I should say. That's Rodney Forbes. Yes, of course, the Kellogg's Wins Commodore.
He had a great drive yesterday, didn't he? Really
Certainly did.
Cropton's second stop-go penalty. Oh, boy.
Oh, dear.
Just that he's in a position to pounce, it all goes wrong for him.
It's quite incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite unbelievable.
A couple of standout performers we should also tell you about at the moment. Paul Wheel is running in 7th place. That is a fantastic effort from the young Queenslander in the K&J Radiators Falcon. That is a new car and doing very, very well at the moment. And also young Todd Kelly, the Holden Young Lions driver, 10th place at the moment. 2 young guys doing very, very well.
So let's try and get this order back for you. Here's Garth Tander, your race leader, 2.5 seconds up the road from Scaife. Paul Radicic still there in 3rd, so Scaife's doing well. If he is struggling with tyres, he's certainly doing an excellent job of keeping that car on the pace, because Radicic has not been able to find a way around, just as Crompton couldn't find a way around in race 1. And Scaife's doing a tremendous job here in 2nd position as they fly down toward turn 1.
Interesting to see his car from the back here.
Oh, it looks reasonably tidy, doesn't it?
Not too bad. It's pretty.
His lap times, well, sort of around everyone. Tander is the one setting the pace. 35.87. Everyone behind him is a 1:36-second bracket. We just heard from the pits that John Bow is going to protest Russell Ingall over that incident on the approach to Siberia last time around.
It does look as if Baird is a little bit quicker than Paul Radicic at the moment. And,
oh, Radicic is all out of the back. The Holden Racing Team Commodore, you're looking out the front of the Shell 17 Ford. He's got Craig Baird right behind him for the 2 Kiwis leading the Blue Oval charge at Phillip Island in the opening round of Shell hostilities.
Fastest man on the circuit, Glenn Seaton, in a Ford, 1:35.81, his best in 8 seconds. But here is some of the new Be Clear and Simple telemetry. Let's just have a listen.
It's back into that. You see, you only need that to do that a couple of times, and it's a ever-descending spiral. Then it just destroys the tyres. You know, they grain up, and it just tears them to shreds.
The drivers tell you this is the hardest corner on the track on that right rear. Look at the loads going through that one tyre.
And it's so important, you see, because if you don't really get on it out of that, look at that thing escape. Look at the horsepower that's got. I mean, he's just. He's going to be very, very difficult for Radicic to pass, because he can't, even if he comes out onto the start finish straight right up his backside, he's not going to be able to sit in the slipstream enough to be able to get past on a break and into turn 1.
All this dicing between these two has allowed Garth Tander to pull out a 4-second gap. And look at Beardo. Beardo's now having a look at Paul Radicic, so the 2 Kiwis are going at it hammer and tong.
The thing is, though, you've got to consider that all these guys might be in the similar tyre trouble. Like Radicic up there behind Scaife, but he may be powerless to pounce because he may be conserving his rubber.
Yeah, I think the main deficit there at the moment is horsepower-wise. Mark Larkin.
Mark's completed his pit stop. Looks like Larry's in there as well, and one of the looks like it might be the Holden Young Lions entry in the pits of young Todd Kelly. So Larko comes out of pit lane. Their team have made monumental changes to this car overnight. They said they used their similar settings to last year. It didn't work during the course of the race yesterday. They admitted that. They've gone to something completely different today.
Well, look at Lowndes. He's actually starting to close the gap on the back of the Perkins Falcon. He dropped right off the pace there for a few laps. I wonder if he was just saving his rubber. That's intelligent driving from Lowndes, because the compulsory tyre stop, you would suspect, to be coming up in the next 2 or 3 laps. 20 minutes gone in this race.
Look at Radicic. Goodness me.
Rubble and dirt getting chucked back at the guys behind him.
Look at Baird's. The Baird's things all over the show. You see, it's...
Lowndes has really recovered quite strongly.
Radicic is close here. So too is Baird for the run onto the front straight. Now Baird's come alongside Paul Radicic. Baird's got it. So Baird has moved up into third place. Radicic is in fourth. Who's going to hang on to him for the turn one, do and turn? Look at
that thing of Baird's is not slow. I reckon when Baird, if he gets a good run at Scafie onto the start and finish straight, he'll get him, because it looks as if the Stone Brothers car is as quick as the HRT.
I spoke to one of the Stone Brothers yesterday, and he said to me that their tyres and in fact the complete package on this car was looking superb. Yeah, so they're in a good position.
That's Thomas Mazera's car.
Here's young Paul Wheel, doing a fantastic job in sixth place. Here we go again. Beardo looking for an inside run on skate. Oh, not close enough.
The door was there,
exactly. The door was open though. And now for the run to Siberia, we jump on board Craig Lowndes, the defending champion. Look at the bit of a brake lock up there from Radicic's car. Oh, so close from Lowndes.
Up toward the hay shed once again. Enormous speed as they swing up here. It is very fast. Right-left combination.
Look at this, look at this.
So Baird. Right up.
I think Scafie is going to protect it going into MG. Yeah, okay, right. The interesting bit is going to be you watch Baird.
Oh, look at this.
Radicic.
So Lowndes climbing all over the back of him.
Now watch Bairdy. Watch Bairdy, because I'm sure if we can see there.
Scapes, yep.
Scape comes in. So Lowndes stays out there to battle the two Fords. Ford goes into the lead. Craig Baird from New Zealand, Paul Radicic from New Zealand, Craig Lowndes in third in the Holden.
Look at the speed of that thing.
Now starting to open. Stretch the legs of the Pertec Falcon. As he leads this one, but keep in mind all these guys have got to make their compulsory tyre change. Scape's the first man in. Let's see how quickly they can turn this around. Can't say I agree with these regulations that the pit crew is only allowed to use 2 air guns. I don't understand
agree with you, Mark. It's stupid because it just makes it look like they take forever to change the tyres and the wheels. There's no sense in it because everybody's got 4 air guns anyway, or enough to run it.
Anyway, Scape's back out. I don't know what sort of tyre selection he had for this second half. According to Jeff Gretchen, maybe wasn't that flash. But the man who's really been monstering this field is Tony Longhurst. Don't forget, he went out with a stripped gearbox in the opening lap of race 1. He's got brand new fresh tyres. He's up to 7th position after starting off the back of the grid.
And he's got another brand new set of tyres waiting to go on. So, you'd have to put your money on Longhurst, wouldn't you, when you think about it, because he's got a brand new set of boots to put on.
Now, for motorsport fans, don't forget RPM returns to Network 10 on Sunday the 19th of March between 2 and 3 p.m. You can catch up on all your motor racing action. Oh, look at this! Whoa, that is Lowndes down the inside of Paul Radicic, and very quickly trackside as well. All the support race action from here and from some of the rounds at Barbagallo, for example, 3 to 5 on the 26th of March.
That was very good. Baird's in.
So that was intelligent driving from Lowndes. In those opening laps, it looked like he was in tyre trouble. He may well have been, or he may well have just backed off a little bit just to save them, because the times are really pumping out though. Lowndes has done a 38.4 last time around.
Well, what a game of tactics this is now turning out to be. We can see that Radicic and Lowndes have decided to stay out there. Kander is still out there as well. He's yet to pit. Now here's Craig Baird in for his stop. The Stone Brothers operation swap on this car. It's a very slick outfit this, and this should be a pretty quick stop. Baird will be very keen to get back out there and resume this battle. Lap 16 at the moment.
Oh, plenty of wheel spin as he comes out of the pits. So Baird back into action.
and the Gary Rogers Valvoline Cummins motorsport operation. All the boys are there.
It was our race leader. In the commercial break, both the Holden Racing Team Commodores came in for their tyre change, so did Craig Baird. So effectively, Baird now running 10th. All the cars in front of him yet to make their stops. Tander's just come in. So right at the moment,
Tander's still got, sorry to interrupt you, Tander's just gone out and Craig Baird has just gone across the line there. So
okay.
This will be very interesting as they go down into the southern loop. If Tander's got enough speed here, Baird will be going incredibly quick from his run down the front straight. No, not close enough.
Well, this is going to be the big test of chassis setup, of tyre condition, of driving intelligence. There's John Bow after that contact earlier in the race. He's getting a tyre change as well. But effectively, Garth Tander continues to lead this race. He's gone in for his tyre change. Craig Baird coming up very close behind him in the Pertec Falcon. Lowndes and Scaife in hot pursuit. This could be a really thrilling finish.
So Bow, this has been quite a long stride for the Cat Falcon. He is back out there again. Here is what we believe is your race leader, Garth Tander. Of course, a lot of people pitting at the moment. Paul Wheel doing a fantastic job. He's yet to pit, but he's second place.
Tander's sitting back in 7th place, but he is effectively our race leader because all the cars in front of him are still yet to make their tyre stops. Let's have a look at the replay.
John Trimble.
Oh,
John Trimble, that is. Oh, look at that. Oh dear, I wonder if anyone's going to hit
he's
him.
right in the middle of the track too.
Oh, nasty.
Oh,
Russell! Oh.
Just stopped.
That is not Russell's day. He was caught up in that tangle before with Paul Morris and John Bow. Now, Crompton's got some sort of problem as well. Look at the bonnet, the front right of that bonnet.
Yeah, looks like we've got 2 auxiliary bonnet pins there. One of those pins hasn't locked in. Now there's plenty of air coming under. That's a dangerous situation.
Yeah, it is, because it can come up and just whack you in the windscreen.
Yeah. This bloke has done nothing to deserve this. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, I saw him walk under.
That's Paul Wheel just going out.
I saw him walk under the stairs at the hotel this morning. That must have been him.
Did he spill the salt as well?
He is cursed. I've never seen anything like this. 2 stop-go penalties, and now the bonnet's coming up.
All right, Brad Jones making his supercar, V8 supercar debut this season. In round 1 here at Phillip Island, the fabulous new Aussie male Falcon at the moment under siege from Stephen Johnson. And going back through the field, he's a little bit further down, Bradley Jones, than he would like to be. We ride with him now inside the Aussie male Falcon.
Yeah, this is a quality team. I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard going for Brad in season 2000, but they've got a lot of experience. And I think as the season progresses, they'll start to knock this car into shape. The Aussie male Falcon. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, Radicic is getting monstered. He's just on a 1:38.4. He's really going quite slowly now. The Shell team holding him out there. I wonder when they're going to start bringing him in because he is losing bulk time.
Yeah, he's on his way in.
Shell 7, here he is. Is this Radicic?
Indeed it is. You're riding out the front.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been losing a lot of time. Those tyres are shot, so...
Could have done with a couple of laps earlier, but mind you, maybe he's bolted on stuff that's not even any better.
Now the Aussie male Falcon goes into the lead. We're just with Brad Jones. He's now leading the race. His moment of glory before he makes his compulsory tyre change. Stephen Johnson behind him, and then comes Garth Tander, who has already made his stop. So effectively, although Tander's running 3rd, he really is our race leader. He's having a tremendous battle with Craig Baird in the Pertec Falcon.
Wow, Radicic has just exited pit lane. Looks as though Scaife and Lowndes have just swung by as well, so this is going to be an enthralling battle.
So there's our race leader, Aussie male Falcon. You just saw it in shot. Here's Paul Radicic just come out of the pits. He was losing a lot of time with that old rubber on the car. Brad Jones still to make his stop. 31 minutes into the race. Keep in mind, they have to stop before 3/4 distance. It's a timed race, so that's effectively 34 minutes. They have to come in to make their tyre change. So we expect Brad Jones and Stephen Johnson just behind him in 2nd place to come in very, very soon.
If you look at the time that Tander and Baird are doing, they're within sort of 5 thousandths of each other time-wise. So Tander is 3 seconds in front of Baird at the moment.
So the pit window is going to close very, very shortly for these two guys. They're very close to the entrance, in fact, to the pits this time around. Will they come in? Let's have a look and see if Stephen Johnson comes in this time around. Indeed, he does. Brad Jones comes in as well. So running 1 and 2 effectively on the road, but these two haven't pitted. They're one of the last to do it. So they'll swing in for their compulsory pit stop now. Now we'll see the effective change in the lead, I would suggest, back to Garth Kander.
Yeah, well, Kander was 14 seconds behind that leading duo when they came into pit lane. So we should see Garth Kander flash past. There he is in the background. In the Valvolines, Cummins, Commodore. There's your new race leader, Kander. Takes over.
And he is just about 4 seconds now in front of Craig Baird.
Baird in pursuit. 3.3 seconds the gap. Stephen Johnson sitting in pit lane, patiently waiting for the new tyres to go into the Shell number 17 Falcon.
Both the Mobile Holden Racing Team Commodores flash by as well, so Scaife sits in third place, Craig Lowndes in fourth. As the Shell Helix Falcon gets dropped off the jacks, smokes the bags, and Stephen Johnson is back out and racing.
Team manager Dean Orr clapping his hands there. I think he was happy with the speed of that stop. But here's our race leader, Garth Kander. He's been doing brilliantly this weekend.
Well, Scaife and Lowndes are 13, nearly 14 seconds behind Kander and Baird at the moment.
Well, this is a tremendous result for the Gary Rogers team. Out of luck at Mount Panorama last year, caught out that terrible accident, Forest Elbow, took the Bargwana Kander car out of commission very early in the race. But this is the battle, Ford and Holden. Once again, Kiwi Craig Baird in his debut Shell Series drive for the Stone Brothers Ford team. He's doing a sensational job.
Oh, look at the time that Tander's done, 34.8 as against a 35.4.
Well, that's only 3 or 4 tenths away from lap record pace for Kander. So considering he's running a second-hand set of tyres, that is a phenomenal effort.
It's a phenomenal effort also from Craig Baird. You've got to remember, this guy hasn't done very many laps here at Phillip Island. When I was talking to him on Friday, he mentioned one of the last times he was here was about 3 or 4 years ago doing some testing for BMW, let alone race miles, in a V8 supercar.
Not going bad, is he?
Exceptionally well.
So let's check the split. This is the critical thing, the run to the flag. 34 minutes gone. It's a 45-minute race. It's about 5.5 minutes remaining. Can Baird close the gap? 3.2 seconds. He's only taken a tenth of a second off the lead of Kander. Kander's so quick in this car.
These guys have got quite a gap as well on the Mobile Holden Racing Team duo, who are just flashing across the line now. Scaife in third and Lowndes in fourth. That is quite a decent gap.
Well, that's a real turnaround from yesterday. Race 1, where Lowndes was just so dominant. But now we've got onto some second-hand rubber. Things not quite working as well for the Holden Racing team.
Now, we're pretty sure just about everyone has completed their pit stops. We'll run you through the top 10. Garth Kander, the 22-year-old, leads the field. Finished second yesterday, leads things at the moment from Craig Baird, the Kiwi. Mark Scaife in third. You're watching him on screen at the moment. His teammate and defending champion, Craig Lowndes, is fourth. Seaton in fifth. That's a fantastic drive. Paul Radisich sixth. Larry Perkins, what about that? The 49-year-old sits in seventh place. Mark Larkham in eighth. Todd Kelly driving for the Holden Young Lions entry is ninth. And Paul Wheel, a sensational effort, in 10th place.
Tony Longhurst continues his charge through the field. He's in 11th at the moment. After starting from the back of the grid, he's got nice fresh rubber to use too. Paul Radisich in 6th position.
So 35 minutes down in this race. The pit window is now closed. And you're watching Paul Radisich on screen. Effectively, what many people believe, I guess, is a two-time World Touring Car champion. Effectively, he's won the Touring Car World Cup, I should say, twice. And had a rough introduction to touring car racing, he admits, last year, but he is very, very keen to be on top of the podium this season.
Tell you what, Larry, I think Larry Perkins must have passed him on that previous lap because the timing monitor is showing him ahead of Perkins. Perkins is in front of him on the track, so I wonder if Larry got past the Shell car that time around. There's Larry.
Tander's pulled out 0.2 of a second on Baird, so it looks like he's got him under control.
Yeah, 35.43 for Kander in the Valvoline Cummins Commodore, 35.63 for Baird, so he's pulled 0.2 of a second on that lap. Looks like he's well in control. They've got a great setup on this Valvoline machine this weekend.
Word through is that everyone has stopped during the allotted time, so no one will be copping any penalties for stopping inside or outside, I should say, the pit window. There's Tony Longhurst, the 42-year-old Gold Coaster, and after 12 years of managing his own team, he's enjoying the beauty of not having to run it anymore and having a great run in the Stones Brothers Racing, or the Caltex Falcon, we should call it.
Yeah, he's walking around, doesn't know what to do with himself now, because after running his own team for so long, you get so involved with it.
He's trying something a little bit different this weekend too. Oh, Craig Lowndes! That's Craig Lowndes! Goodness me!
Oh, it looks
now,
like
what's
it's
happened
cooked
there?
itself. He's the smoke just coming up the front.
Yes, interesting.
Undoes the belts, and that's it for the day.
Well, Lowndes was heading for a victory there. just doing our sums, he was looking very, very strong to be on the top of the podium this afternoon, but that's all gone out the window. I wonder what's happened there.
I don't know. It's
under the bonnet.
It looks like something. It looks like it's boiling because that's steam, isn't it, as against smoke.
So some sort of mechanical problem for Craig Lowndes. What a surprise!
That's a very rare failure indeed from the Holden Racing team.
Gee, you don't see that very often.
So checking with Jeff Breck just to see exactly what went wrong.
It's steam, not smoke. So they've done a hose or something. I don't think that Bairdy can do it. It's
here's a replay. Oh,
yeah, that's
like a ruptured radiator.
Yeah, it looks like it's steam. It's definitely not smoke because it looks like the thing just sort of blown something. It could have blown something as easy as a hose. You never know, but it's definitely not motor.
Someone we should also point out doing exceptionally well at the moment, from 22nd place up to 5th is Larry Perkins. Yeah. Sensational effort. His son Jack with us in the commentary box here. And very impressed with his dad's performance right now.
Garth Tander guides it on to pit straight once again. 3.0 seconds. We'll check this split as they come across the line. Time running out for Craig Baird. And there is Castrol Commodore of Larry Perkins. And this is a very...
1.49 seconds.
1.49 seconds.
Got it down to.
Yep.
And we've got another, what, how many more laps?
About 4 minutes.
3 more laps.
Yep.
So we could be looking good for a bit of...
Baird has closed it big time in the Pertec Ford. Once under 1.5 seconds now, the battle for the lead.
Won't he be a popular chap with Ford if he can pull it off?
Well, there'll be plenty of Ford fans with their fingers crossed. They had an absolutely dismal season last year. Very nice to kick off 2000 with a win.
Not to mention Ford boss Jeff Pilates, who's here this weekend. No doubt he'd be fingers crossed for a victory. This is Paul Wheel giving a big hurry up to Mark Larkin. We're riding out of the back of the Mitre 10 Ford Falcon, and the youngster from Queensland doing a really good job at the moment. Oh, touching there. So Wheel giving Larko the hurry up. He's down. He's going to get him on the inside.
Yes.
That's a good move.
That's a really good move. He's on the right side. Oh,
yes.
This new car that the team has built, Keys Wheel, Paul's father, is so impressed with this. They spent a lot of time on it. They sold their old car to Cameron McLean. They've really revised the way they've done the engineering on this car from the old one, and they're very impressed with how it's going.
Such a good little driver, though, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Flyer. Look at him, he's gone after Radicic now.
Former Supercross motorcycle racer and a former stadium truck racer. He's had a lot of off-road experience. Oh, look at
this! On Radicic.
Oh. I'd say Radicic struggling a bit here under this pressure from Wheel. Look how close he got to the shell Ford on a couple of occasions around that time.
It's a flyer, isn't it?
Wheel is very fired up indeed. Look at Todd Kelly coming under pressure in the background there from Tony Longhurst.
Tagged to Baird.
Baird through. So Craig Baird, we have a new race leader here at Phillip Island. Craig Baird has gone through on Garth Tander. So the Kiwi in a Ford leads race 2 here at the island, and time is fast running out. I would suggest maybe Garth's tyres perhaps are going by the wayside. There's such a gap there already.
He's dropping back so quickly now.
Well, his last lap time was a 1:38.37. Baird did a 36.8, so he's taken 2 seconds off the Valvoline machine in that one lap.
Maybe there was, you never know.
Could have been some traffic.
Yeah, could have been some traffic. Could have been a bit of a mistake by Garth. I don't know, you know.
Oh,
no!
No! Oh, you can't believe it.
Well, he managed to keep it out of the bunker. That's one thing.
Everything was going so well for him. Scaife now And Seaton, this is the battle for third place, and Seaton is all over the back of Scaife. So possibly we might have two Fords here inside the top three.
Right at the critical end of the day, the Fords are coming on gangbusters. Glenn Seaton putting plenty of pressure on Mark Scaife, the last remaining Holden Racing Team Commodore. Apart from Todd Kelly, of course, he's running back in ninth, but with his teammate Craig Lowndes out of the action. Scaife fighting hard for a podium position here. Kander will still win the day if he finishes second. But Baird, he can get a first up win for Ford in 2000.
Scaife right over the right-hand side of this.
He's making him do it tough, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
He is really sliding around.
Seaton!
Scaife's tyres are absolutely shot. You see
They
how
are
much
shot.
Glenn was gaining. Now it's going to be interesting to see horsepower-wise down the straight here.
If Glenn can get close enough, okay. We are at the 44-minute mark, so this is the beginning of the last lap,
Yes.
we are told. This is the beginning of the last lap. On to the front straight for the final time. A happy hunting ground for Glenn Seaton in the past. Can he get on the podium this afternoon? Gee, he's close, but Scaife doing a sensational job in third place at the moment. He's riding it right on the line, Scaife. He's making it very tough for Cito.
I tell you what, if Glenn could get through there, you'd call him Houdini, wouldn't you? Really, it's definitely going to make it tough on him.
This is going to be a big test of Mark Scaife's skill and his ability to handle this pressure. He's driving a car that is seriously running out of grip. He's got to try and hold a car in behind him that's going very, very quickly. Look at this lead for Craig Baird, 2.8 seconds. There's the battle for third between Seaton and Scaife. Seaton goes right out wide. He's going to try and cut across on the inside on the exit to Honda, but Scaife's wise to the move. Scaife is driving right down the middle of the road. He's quite legally allowed to do that.
I bet there's a few smiling faces in the Stone Brothers garage at the moment.
Isn't there what?
It's not a bad debut for Baird, is it?
Seaton was mentioning yesterday that his car had very, very good tyres at the end of yesterday's race and was coming on strong then. Look at how strong he's coming on now with corners fast running out for Mark Scaife. Can he hold on to third place up and over Lukey Heights?
Yeah, see, Scaife blocks that option. He knew Seaton would have tried to dive down the inside.
So we're getting set for the run home to the checkered flag for Craig Baird. Checkered flag is at the ready. This is the battle for third place at the moment. And Craig Baird, the 29-year-old, on debut in the Shell Championship Series, takes out race 2. Well done to Stone Brothers Racing. The Perkins Ford operation, very deserving winners. And this is the battle for third place. It's going to go right to the line. Scaife holds it, just holds it from Glenn Seaton, who will take fourth place. Shouldn't take anything away either from young Garth Kander. 2 starts, 2 second places. That's a brilliant start to the championship.
Drive from Kander, excellent drive.
Now, word through also is we've just done the countback. Kander has won the day. So 2 second places. Well done to Garth Kander, the 22-year-old.
And his girlfriend won the Formula Ford race.
Leanne Ferrier, she did. 2 starts, 2 wins in the Formula Ford. And the first female ever to win a Formula Ford race in Australia. But that's great stuff. Craig Baird wins race 2. Garth Kander takes out the day. A sensational performance.
Oh, amazing. That was good, you know. I felt sorry for Seaton. There was no way he was going to get past Scaife, was there?
He threw absolutely everything at him for the run to the line. Let's quickly recap them for you. Craig Baird is your winner from Garth Kander. Mark Scaife in third place. Glenn Seaton in fourth. Larry Perkins in 5th place, Radicic 6th, Larkin 7th, Tony Longhurst recovered for 8th place, that's great stuff, Todd Kelly 9th, and Stephen Richards, the Bathurst winner, finishes in 10th place. Good job also by Larry Perkins. We'll check the entire race score for you in just a few moments. We'll go right through how everyone finished here at the island. There it is, Craig Baird, your winner in race 2 from Garth Kander, the round 1 winner here at Phillip Island. Mark Scaife home 3rd, Seaton 4th. A good job by Larry in 5th place. Tony Longhurst in 8th place on the end of race 2. Todd Kelly 9th. Sensational performance from Dougal McDougall in 11th place. A good consistent effort from him right across the weekend. John Faulkner, despite some back problems, finishing in 14th place. Brad Jones, supercar debut in 17th in race 2. Steve Reed, Neil Crompton in 23rd. Trevor Ashby, 24th.